activate, right?
Got to push that button.
It's also 7 p.m.
Oh,
too.
okay.
There's some
You don't have to
discretion
go
there,
into it,
things
I
from the
just-
DA's office,
Yeah.
victims
TV.
of certain crimes shouldn't be audio and video recorded, things of that nature. Obviously, depending on the sensitivity of the case, they're
Like child abuse.
of course, anything.
Rapes.
It's open for officer discretion. Honestly, it's hard to say, hey, you have to do it every time for this and then you can't do it for that. The discretion is if it's a sensitive case or you're interviewing a victim or something of that nature, the DA's office has made it clear not to record it.
Okay,
I have
I move to
one last
adjourn
question. I have
on
one
this,
last
because
question.
we got a
I'd
meeting
like
at
to ask.
7.
One
Okay.
last question is important.
And we have Patty Kane here.
So the question I want to ask is just to put it on the table. What is the intention of this commission? The law from 2003 and 2021 called for 5-member civilian, meaning that
Right.
they're not elected officials.
right.
And then I'm sure we're not going to necessarily address it tonight, but this should be, what is our intention for the
Yeah.
future?
I think
And
it's, yeah,
Therefore, what is the standing of chapter 34 law
right.
that the last commission at the requests of you folks was trying to make changes to, and what happens with that project, let's say?
So those are good questions. I've spent quite a bit of time today. I was actually looking at the governor, it was Cuomo at the time, who put out this, all communities with police departments need to come up with a plan. And then I was reading the report that came out of this group, this community. And I think there's part of what I started to realize is that what's in the state law that's about police commissions has to do with the kinds of things Randall was talking about, which was administration of the police department, especially if you're in a large city with a really large police force, to help manage that without it being something that the town board alone was doing. But what you guys were working on, what I think is really important, is more like a citizens advisory or a citizens review
Oversight
commission.
is the term that I
Yeah.
like to use.
Right, and so those, and I think that's where I at least was getting confused too, about like, why wasn't the commission doing what I thought it should be doing and, all that kind of stuff. So there was really good reasons for that. So I think we need to go back and think about what roles do we want the town board to have versus the citizens.
This is a long history, as David Strong's not here, to the 90s of this, maybe flip-flopping
Yeah.
of one state trooper, 3-member civilian,
Yeah,
5-member civilian, town board as police commission. I've actually lost the count. I don't know whether 7, 8, or 9 or 10 variations of the course of the past 35,
Mhm.
40 years over the question of what do we mean by oversight of the Newport Police, which is a paramilitary organization. And I think that question is on the table.
right. But I think there's a role, I think there's clearly a role for civilian oversight and review. And there's clearly a role for the town board to take care of the business, the administrative, the budget and all that kind of stuff. That's just a department of the town, responsible to our citizens and so forth. So I think there's a place for both of these, and we need to continue to talk about that, how we can make it work.
Okay.
Okay?
Now, will we meet again? How frequently will we meet?
Well, that's a good question. That was one of the things we were going to talk about too, is we know that Tuesdays are set up. You've got a time, you've got a place, it's on your calendars. If we think we want to spend more than this amount of time on stuff that we need to do it, we could use some of those Tuesday, time slots to do that. So we can talk about what we could do. We got this one going because it turns out that next Tuesday, when that would have happened, the chief is not here.
Right, vacation. Good.
Yeah, and so, but for September, we can take a look at that and say, do we want to spend more time talking about some of these things? And then we would take a Tuesday time slot, because then that would be all we were doing.
Okay.
Thank you.
I just have one question before we let Matt go. Are we clear on what the filming request is?
Yes,
So
I've
when
got
we
that
approve
straight.
it, we know. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
I can, yes, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, so, motion to adjourn.
Don't move.
All in
Second,
favor?
that's.
Thank you.
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank
Bye,
you all.
Chief.
Thanks, chief.
Thank you.
All right, boom. Calling to order the New Paltz Town Board, the meeting of August 7th, called to order at 7, what are you saying? 7:07.
7:07.
7:07, you're gonna call it that?
Did you push record?
I did now, finally, I forgot that part. It's not on my list.
It's recorded now, though.
Yeah,
So we didn't record the previous, I
we
mean,
put part of it.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube. I
Yeah.
just didn't record it on the Zoom. So she
Okay,
can
so
pull it off of
YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
YouTube's gone. YouTube's live. All right, so let's stand for the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Oh, who would like to read our Indigenous land and Black labor acknowledgement this time? Who hasn't done it in a while?
What was the question?
Oh, we're gonna read an acknowledgement.
Okay.
A land,
Sorry, I've been waiting for the public.
yeah,
We're almost there.
almost there,
We're
2
so
minutes.
Okay, so I'll read it because I'm practicing speaking very loudly.
thank you.
The town of New Paltz humbly acknowledges that we are on the traditional lands of the Munsee, Esopus, and Lenape people. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 forced the people to relocate to inhospitable territory far from the bountiful valley and mountains we inhabit today. The town further acknowledges that much of the physical structure of our town and village was built by enslaved Africans who labored as the property of their owners until 1827 on this very land. We acknowledge the contributions, resilience, and accomplishments of the BIPOC community who have overcome historic injustice to inform our past and inspire our future. Please visit the resource library on our website to learn more. We encourage residents and visitors to learn more about the contributions and sacrifices made by the Indigenous people and enslaved Africans by visiting these sites. Thank you. Okay, do I have a motion to approve the agenda as it stands?
So move.
Second,
Second, thank you, Edgar. All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Announcements, real quick. There's free events hosted by the Office for Community Wellness on Saturday, August 9th. Coming right up at the Redeemer Lutheran Church, there is Community Wellness Fair. And I understand there's going to be different vendors and things there, so very interesting. And then on Monday, August 18th, summer movie night, finally, we will get to see E.T. at the Water Street Market, and the rain date is August 19th.
that's outside, correct?
It is, yeah. And you know what? It's not raining anymore. Has anybody noticed that? Okay. We currently have the following board committee openings for volunteers. Right now, at this moment, the planning board, 2 primary and 2 alternates, the recreation committee, 1, the ethics board, 2, and the Housing Smart Communities Initiative, 1. Anyone who's interested, please send your letter of interest and resume to assistant@townofnewpaltz.org. Thank you. Any other announcements?
Yes, the Climate Smart Task Force asked that we announce that there will be an emergency preparedness community meeting on October 4th. Now, this is kind of far in advance, but we want people to get it on their calendars. I think you were at that meeting. I think that in Gardner, they had over 100 people show up. So this is what to do in case of all those emergencies that are coming at us. So it's October 4th,
Who's gonna
emergency
be involved?
preparedness.
Is it
Pardon?
like, is it gonna be the police and the rescue, like, or is it county?
I do not know.
Okay.
Emergency preparedness.
State?
State. And you said the 4th, but not a time. Do you know a time? Not yet.
11 o'clock.
AM.
AM.
I'm just checking, because, Okay, great. Any other announcements? Anything else? I would just like to say woohoo, Essie.
Oh, yeah, congratulations to our colleague and the
Thank
new
you.
executive director of the Margaret Wade Lewis Center.
I appreciate that. Thank
And it
you.
was a wonderful ice cream.
Really. Founding director.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It is a labor of love and really exciting to be able to start something and do something in my mother's honor and in her name and to be able to serve the community. So in a different way than I was, it's bittersweet because my job at the county was really amazing.
Uh-huh.
Working with Jen Metzger is, such a
She's amazing.
forward thinker and a strong leader, but I have to I had to choose the organization that I started at this time. So, and the young woman who started in my stead, Dina Suggs, is a excellent person to fit that role. So,
Okay, we
Thank
hope
you.
we see more of her soon, but
yes.
save that house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Public input. Did you sign in? Did you want to
No.
sign in? Okay, anyone who's here for public input, please sign the sheet. You know what, I need to put a line on it.
This is the Plains Road people, and I believe they're on our agenda.
That's one thing for us.
Jeremiah Horgan,
Another thing for them to talk
Patty
about.
Kane.
Yes.
And they sent us a petition with about 30 or 40 signatures.
Is it-
Yes, yes,
I thought I recognized him.
yeah,
Which one?
Jeremiah,
Oh.
The reporter for where he was.
yeah.
Yeah, I talked to him in a
Many a
while.
time.
It's been
This is, those are the petition.
Yeah. Yeah,
So I think we're gonna hear something more about it, right?
Okay,
Are
Okay,
you the only person on the list?
no, no,
No, I think Dylan
Or-
signed it.
Okay.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry, my hearing aids aren't what they should be.
Are you, are there other people on the list?
yes, there are,
Yeah.
I
So,
think they have 30 or 40 signatures.
no, I'm
Tonight.
talking about
Oh,
tonight,
sorry,
Kitty.
sorry.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't got
Okay,
in front of people
got it.
who were. Gotcha.
Yes.
Right.
I-
we're gonna, you,
Thank you. We'll get there.
if you haven't seen the agenda, you are
You
next after public input.
You can make it
Okay.
up for dinner.
Nice and quiet. I
Mhm.
never reached that old dog, but
You'll stay. You can stay home.
Okay, all right.
Jeremiah, go ahead, please.
Okay, one second. Yes, my name's Jeremiah Horrigan. Because I'm a writer, I've written what I'd like to say
Great.
rather than just extemporaneously. So if you'll indulge me, I'm, I guess you'd say, the author of the petition that you all should have received a few days ago.
Yeah.
The petition, and I gathered the information and so on. I've lived on Plains Road for roughly 30 years. Over those years, my wife, Patty, and I have lost 3 pets, 3 cats, to speeding cars that never so much as stopped. Several neighbors over those years have seen their pets killed or seriously injured, including dogs, of course. Worst of all, friends and neighbors have come close to being hit by speeding cars, whether while walking their dog or simply strolling down an otherwise peaceful, bucolic road. Those conditions are what drove me to write the petition I sent you several days ago. More than 30 authorized residents have signed it. As you know, we are asking the town and the village to do a simple thing. To reduce the road's speed limit from 30 miles an hour to 25 miles an hour. As I said, it's as modest a request as I've ever seen during my decades-long tenure as a local newspaper reporter. That I'm told that the board's hands are bureaucratically tied by the county and the state DOT. I've been told the board, quote, doesn't know what it can do to alleviate the problem. I'm not here to merely complain or to even discuss solutions. I don't want to know what can't be done by the board, because of obscure, hidebound, antiquated bureaucratic practice. I want to know what can be done. And who among you is willing to take whatever steps are necessary to get it done? It's really that simple. Reducing the speed could save lives. It costs next to nothing, costs a couple of signs. Strict enforcement could actually result in increased revenue as the road's, quote, reputation, unquote, as a cut-through becomes a reputation as a speed trap. Other people tonight may shed light on the need for enforceable speed limit. With that, I leave the question to each of you. Who will step forward and shepherd this petition? Barring an individual effort, can the board at least agree to support the petition in writing before other boards or officials? Thank you for listening.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We're definitely going to be discussing this.
It is on
Next.
the agenda.
For today, or?
Sorry.
It is on the agenda for discussion. We don't discuss this during public comment,
Right.
but
we're
we
gonna talk
will.
about it.
Excellent.
Okay.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Elmo Savute, Dylan Moscoso. I'm a community member, SUNY New Paltz alum, and a lot of other things. For this, I'm talking about Plains Road, and specifically because I have the privilege to work under the Newark Bicycling Coalition as the 25-mile-per-hour campaign manager. To back up a little bit, in April of last year, or in the beginning of the year when Ray passed, I didn't know him personally, but it affected me very deeply because I've had very similar experiences. I've recently moved my grandmother up here, and I am terrified to let her out of the house. We did actually get some really amazing news today on the village side from a request they put in. Basically, everything on Main Street they recommended for us to put in, but there's the village surrounding, and we're pushing them to do 25. And there's no reason that Plain Road shouldn't be 25. The town board doesn't have the direct authority. What you have to do is you have to request for the county planning board to request to the DOT, but there is a path for you to go forward and act as advocates. And if there is anything I could do in the meantime, as well as putting in measures besides reducing the speed limit, I am available at no cost as a volunteer. So please consider this effort seriously and know that people are paying attention and you have assistance if you need it.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thanks,
Thank
Dylan.
you. Okay, anyone else here for public comment? Oh, come on. No, you want to get, okay.
I would just add, we,
Yes, ma'am.
many years ago, put out a sign in front of our house that says, drive like a dog.
Finally found it.
I'll be in touch.
Just to remind
Go into
people
the
that
portal.
it's a
In
street of
document.
people, a street of, and there are, of course, no sidewalks, either village or town, so you're in the road all the time.
It's not,
I would
you're-
add also,
go ahead.
the character of the street of this, Plains Road has changed over the years. I don't know what or when the county or the state declared its rules and so on, but you know, there are more kids, more older people, more dog walkers, bikers, oh my goodness, cyclists. It's a changed neighborhood and it's in dire need for safety's sake. That's it, of this modest proposal. I mean, I talked to people who all support it, but they, you know, they were much more radical than I was. You know, they want to go down to 15. 20 were the moderates. And then there was this question of speed bumps and speed humps and lots of other things.
Okay,
We're
so-
not talking that. We're talking simple signage and in effect, taking control of our town. You know, this is,
so we're definitely going to be discussing this as a board, so we try to not do that right now, because we have our agenda to go through, but we're hearing what you're saying, and then you can hear what we talk about if you're able to stay. Okay. Anyone else here for public comment? All right, then, our first agenda item is to interview a person who would like to be on the Recreation Committee. That's Rebecca. We can get a chair for you, Rebecca.
There
We
was
just-
There's one right
there.
there. There's one right there, right by you.
Hot seat,
Oh, thanks.
Right in
Right in the
front.
Right in
middle.
front.
Yeah, so you want to
That is to everyone.
so the owl can look at.
Okay. Oh, the owl, yes.
All right.
Hi,
Okay,
thank you for coming.
yeah.
Thanks for having me.
So Rebecca Steinmeier, right?
Stanmeyer, yes.
Stanmeyer. Okay, I want to get that right. So why don't you start off by telling us why you'd like to be on the Recreation Committee?
Sure. So I have lived in New Paltz for almost 40 years, and I was involved in a lot of aspects of recreation as a child, soccer and softball. I now live here. I stayed after college, and I have 3 children who are involved in baseball, softball, basketball, football. I'm missing one, I know it, soccer. Yeah, so a lot of different sports within our town. And then my husband also plays and is a manager in New Paltz men's softball. My dad started the team when I was a little girl, and then when I got married, my husband took over. And I hear a lot in all of the games that I'm at in New Paltz and all over the Hudson Valley. New Paltz doesn't care about sports. Right? New Paltz doesn't put effort into sports. New Paltz doesn't care about it. And I just hear complaints, and I'm more of a solution-oriented person. So I tried to find a way in which I could help. So my husband coaches softball, baseball, and 2 basketball teams. And I thought that being on the rec committee is a way that I could be of service and something that benefits myself and my family, and better understand how decisions are made and how I can help New Paltz not be seen as a place that doesn't value recreation.
You know, to have that many sports teams, I just say baloney to those people. I mean, come on. Okay, so I know you've spoken to Joanna, right? Have you been to any of the rec committee meetings? Have
I
you had a chance to do
haven't,
that?
no.
Okay. So what's your understanding of the role and duties of the rec committee? What do they actually
I
do?
have very minimal understanding of the roles
Okay.
and duties, I'll be honest with you.
There is a web page on, if you go on Town of New Paltz
Okay.
and go to rec committee, you can find some stuff there.
Yes,
Get an idea. And if you've met Joanna, she's a powerhouse and there's a lot going on, but she's doing a
Yes.
lot of things. I mean, the sports
Okay.
teams are just part of what happens there. So-
yes.
Okay, all right. So you haven't gone to any of their meetings. So my understanding is they meet once a month.
Okay.
And so is that something you'll be able to work into your schedule? I'm sure they do
Yes.
other things
Yeah,
outside the meetings.
yeah, absolutely. And I am also a speech language pathologist and a school administrator. So I feel like I have also a background in kind of organizational leadership and also, working with youth and adults, since I am one.
So I think working with and managing the adults is as big a job as the kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Lots of pickleball.
Okay, so are you involved in do you have other commitments? I mean, obviously if they're kids, you have lots of commitments.
Yeah. I mean, I have a full-time job. I am able to be really flexible. I work at a nonprofit, work at Anderson Center for Autism in Hyde Park. And the good thing about that job and why I've been there so long is the flexibility. So my husband is a public school administrator and he has a lot less flexibility with when he can leave, things he can do, things like that. So I do think that I'll have the time to put into it.
Great. The one thing I forgot to look at is the length of the term for the rec committee. I forgot to look at.
I think
Well,
someone said it was 3.
let's see.
It might be 3 years.
None of the terms are here. We have
Keep going
Amy
down.
Harrington, Jeff Salt, Edgar is our liaison, Abby,
Amanda.
Jeff,
Yeah.
Terms
Oh,
are
yeah.
5 years on the rec committee.
5?
5 years.
expires this year, okay, Jeff,
So,
2028.
but we had an opening, so she would, yeah. So Rosanna, is she filling an unexpired term?
She would be starting a new term. There is no maximum or minimum to how many people can be on the rec committee. Because it's a committee, there are less rules and regulations than with boards and commissions. So oaths are not required and financial disclosures are not required. The only guideline really is the length of the term, which is 5 years.
Okay. Well, there you
This
go.
says the committee shall consist of 5 members who shall be appointed by the town board. So we have Amy, Jeff, Abby, who we definitely need, Rebecca. And actually, the recreation committee has quite a lot to do with budgeting and programming and stuff. So,
You're good with
that's
figures.
what we need.
I'll be honest, I am more of a language person, but
Okay.
I have a master's degree, so I have general knowledge of
Yeah,
math.
you won't be, it's not the math so much as, how,
Where to put what,
Right.
Yes, I can do spreadsheets and Excel. I mean,
Ooh.
that's helpful.
Whoa.
That would be great.
The formulas, that's all very fun
Okay.
for a type A person.
Okay, so that's cool. Is there anything else you'd like for us to know?
I don't think so. Does anyone have any other questions?
Rebecca, again, I was appointed maybe 4 or 5 months ago to the Recreation Committee. I found the Recreation Committee to be very active, and there are more than 5 people that attend the meetings. I
Yeah.
mean, the last meeting was about 10 people
Good.
participating around the table with a lot of energy and demanding. Maybe two meetings ago, they filled up this room here, kids and members from all different teams, et cetera.
Right, you were
And they
here.
were clearly advocating their needs to us, okay, in detail about what they thought they needed regarding the condition of baseball fields,
Yeah.
et cetera.
Yeah, I forget how many sports teams that we sponsor, that we work with, and all of them have a person who's their representative. So you don't always, the rec committee doesn't always meet with those people.
Yeah.
They've been starting to meet together to try and understand what they need and want and how the rec committee can work with them. And then it'll help. What we told them, I think, is that they need to there's a big laundry list. So prioritize, and
Yeah.
things so that we can try to work with it and try to figure out a budget and how we can do things.
Definitely.
Okay.
So
Very good.
just last comment, last night there was major activity at Field of Dreams with the police department.
Yes.
And, one of the things that I did was to look at the baseball field, and they must really look good.
So I'll be honest with you. So about 2 weeks ago, my husband got a text that they were delivering dirt. And could people go and help rake it out? And they did. So we were hopeful that it was because, some parents came and spoke up about the conditions of the fields. And the fields do, when they're being played on, they look beautiful. I think there are definitely some issues with drainage. It hasn't rained in a while, so they look better. There was the championship for New Paltz men's softball. I think my husband played Wednesday, so obviously they looked good because there was just a game. But yeah, there definitely was dirt delivered.
It looked great for
Yes.
police night out. Yeah.
And it is a beautiful facility
Yeah.
and area. It's
Okay, thank you. Okay, well, thanks very much.
Yes, thanks for your interest.
thank you, and I hope to hear from you soon.
You certainly will. You might.
Now I'll go back to my loud house.
Okay.
Have fun.
Bye.
Thank you. Okay, very good. Next we have the consent agenda. There's about A, B, C, D, E, E's on this. Do I have motion to approve all the items on the consent agenda, A through E? So moved. Have a second?
Look at it once more. Oh, well, we should thank Jane Chan for coming later. Okay.
Okay,
And-
so we'll do that under discussion.
Okay.
If you second it.
I was surprised to see her resignation.
She's
She moved.
Yeah, she's doing something else, but she has been an amazing member of the planning board. She's a major member of our community, but she's been on the planning board and done so much, and we're gonna miss her very much. But she's on to what
Right.
she wants to do, and we wish her all the best. Okay, very good. So all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, this is a couple of budgets. So we got a budget mod. Oh, shoot, I got the wrong piece of paper.
So I have a general question about budgeting.
Yes.
After we finish with this, it's not about this particular item. The
Okay.
question will be, when will we start our budget process?
Oh, very soon, very soon. No,
Excuse me.
Jean's starting to pull stuff together, but I think September, but she's starting to pull stuff together. Because I ask her that almost every day, but,
Are you gonna do the committee again?
the task force?
Task force, right?
We sure could, because I think this year, knowing how much we need to, I've always had a list of longer term projects, but the pool especially is gonna come and bite us real soon. So we need to start to look at those things.
I can't speak for other members, but I'm supportive of it. But I would also think that if we also reach our local legislators in Ulster County,
Yeah,
as well as the county planning board,
Just anybody and everybody, and you've got your petition. If every one of
Right.
those people sends a letter.
But we
you know,
can also make a motion tonight saying that the
We support
town
it.
of
Send a
New
letter of
Paltz
support.
supports this
We'll make the
petition.
official
Yeah,
support, but
Right.
the more
Okay.
they hear
Okay.
about it.
We should be talking to Dennis Doyle.
Mhm.
Sure.
Dennis Doyle, and
Head of the
you should
plan.
also be making calls to, there are two legislators in the Ulster County Legislature from New Paltz.
Yes.
So you should
Right.
be talking to them.
So you're
About
partly
that.
in the town and partly in the village, Plains Road, or is it all?
Yeah, the first third of it is
Village.
So you have two legislators. You have
Yeah.
Limina and you have Megan Sperry.
Correct.
So you got two voices. So we'll get a letter out on our letterhead saying the town of New Paltz supports the residents of Plains Road in their petition to lower the speed limit. And then you can send that on to people.
good. Okay, thank you.
Can we add Butterville Road?
You start another one, do you?
Yeah, you get your petition.
Yeah, you get 30 people to sign that petition.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rosanna, I don't know if you caught all of that because we're in the midst of getting ourselves set back up, but we amended the agenda to add the discussion of the Plains Road speed limit.
Thank you for coming.
Should we move? Did somebody move?
No, we
I-
need to do that.
She
first.
kind of did, but
Many thanks.
I
thank
move,
you.
I move that the town board support Plains Roads residents' request to lower their speed limit and that the town draft
Send a
a
letter of
letter in
support.
support of that
To
action
send to DOT,
to DOT.
county DOT. Okay,
Do
And
we move to accept the petition with
No.
9 pages?
okay, do I have a second to that motion?
Second.
Okay, and we've discussed it, I think, enough, so can we vote on it?
Yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we don't need to accept it,
No, I
To the
mean,
record
it was,
No,
they
that's,
gave us
It's in
the
the record.
information.
that should be sent with the letter that we do though.
I want them to do that?
Okay.
Okay.
You should also request a traffic study first.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure that's part of, they'll come back and tell us what to do. Okay.
so we're not taking any action, besides.
We are,
Our
we're writing a letter of
citizen.
I
support.
know, the action is that we support the petition, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The
And we
action
do a
is
letter.
we write to county DOT requesting that they start the process for reducing the
Then we
speed.
can submit this petition, and that communication.
It's, no, we just,
They're gonna submit.
they're
the
gonna
petition.
submit the
Okay.
petition. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's move on to the budget mod.
Which is now number 4.
Yes. Oh, don't do that. Let's just,
okay,
because everything gets.
the other one was 3A or two.
Whatever.
Two,
Okay.
it's not two, it's
Not
three
as a
A. Yeah,
sentence.
okay. So, okay, the first one here is moving money from one thing to another. In the A fund, so there was some needed to move money from what PS is personal services, but that's actually personnel. And it needed, the justice needed it for contractual expense, the assessor needed it for contractual expense. Buildings and grounds actually came out of contingency for some equipment. So that's that. Then in the B fund, the pool, and then this one, the wetlands protection, the contractual expense. This, you know, we have a wetlands inspector, and the wetlands inspector supports the planning board and the ZBA, and escrows cover most of that, but we have a thing where any property owner can come and request a first look-see.
Yep.
Is it or isn't it a wetland?
Mhm.
And the charge for that has gone up over the years, and so, but this is because of the number of those that we've gotten. So we took some out of contingency for that. And then, stormwater C, that's 3. Is that district C, is that sewers 3? No, no, it's water district 3, excuse me, water district 3 needed a pump or power or something, needed some money. SWC is water district 3, right? And it needed some money moved out of transmission and distribution into source of supply power pump. You need a new pump? Don't remember? It says SWC.
Or a bunch of animal covers for sewer district.
It says SWC, not SSC.
Should be sewer, should be water.
All right, let's not let's approve the other ones and not do this one until we get this clarified.
So we're holding that.
We're holding the last one, SWC. All right. So we're modifying, did we ever move to do this?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so I make a motion to authorize modifications for the A fund and the B fund as listed here, and that we request clarification for SWC.
So moved.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Now we come to another one. This one is increases. This is one we don't see that often. We have revenue increases. So the first one in the A fund is actually moving money from the fund balance to cover the cost of the trucks that we approved at the last meeting for recycle.
Mhm.
And then the second one in DB is that we finally found out how much CHIPS money we got, because we always estimate it and then we finally get it from the county. So this is the extra amount above what we had estimated. So it comes in, it goes into this CHIPS fund for appropriations, and then that's going to what Chris is spending to do road work.
Is this what we expected? We expected?
We never know what to expect.
Okay.
That's the
But
problem.
we estimated,
118.
So we got more than what
Oh.
we asked for.
That's what.
Great,
What we put
okay.
in
The last
budget.
few years we have, but you just never know, and it's not as
Okay.
much as it had been, you know.
It always, for years, it committed 118,000.
Okay.
Did a 5-year program where they supposedly bumped our fees or our money coming in to, I think ours is 290,000. But we never know if it passes through the state budget, we're gonna get that money.
Right.
We don't find that out until usually May. So we safely put in 118. When we get the notification, here's what your CHIPS funds are gonna be, which is a combination of CHIPS, paving, work, and
It's about $51,000 additional than 118. What are the
No,
plans
no,
for
this
that?
this is 169 of
Over
additional,
the 118.
over 118.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. But he's got lots of roads to work on.
okay,
we've already spent like 496,000 in paving just this year.
all right. Thank you for clarifying that.
Okay,
So I'm not even gonna ask that question. Never mind. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
okay. All right, so,
I'll
so
ask you at lunch tomorrow.
I need a motion to approve these two increases for the A fund and the DBV fund.
So moved.
Somebody want to second it?
Edgar.
Edgar, thank you. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, folks. This moves us to number 5, authorization to pay Merit Construction payout number 11 in the amount of $112,772.89 for the Phase 3 backup water supply. This is Water District 5, and they are doing the work down there. And it's slowly moving along. Have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? On favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Authorization to approve Glenn Lepote as a supervising lifeguard at Moriella Pool at the rate of $20 an hour effective August 13th or soon thereafter with an end date of September 6th. This is to take care of the staff that's leaving, going off to college, whatever, so, but the pool's still open. Do you have a motion?
So moved.
Do you have a second? I'll second it. Amanda, any discussion? All in favor?
Is it really just till September 6th? It's such a short time.
Well, the pool closes after Labor Day,
Right?
and
Oh,
this
so he
is,
won't have
yeah,
to supervise.
right, he'll
Got
go
it.
kind of do cleanup and they'll be done, yeah. Okay, 7, authorization to approve the following post-season laborers with a start date of September 7th and end date of December 6th, about at a rate of $15.50 an hour. So these are the kids that are around who help do all the cleanup and, you know, it's cleanup, it's, it'll end up being leaf raking, it'll end up being painting or whatever things they need to do to get the place back into pretty good shape to shut it down for the winter and hope that when it starts up next spring, it's not, you know, disaster. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Edgar.
Thank you, Edgar. Any discussion? On favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, this is a fun one. Authorization to approve signing a
Memorandum.
Understanding, thank you, between the town of New Paltz and the Hudson Valley Regional Council, Inc. This is for a project. They've had this grant to try to capture the methane emissions from the landfill. And so so we've said that we will work with them. They can come and do that with us. If I can read more about it, if everybody read this.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, so that's
yeah.
what we're doing.
It's a good thing for, the, landfill.
And so they've got this grant doing it at different communities and different
Yeah.
landfills, and the grant was on, the grant was off, it's on, but now it's back on again. So what they're gonna do is bring these little boxes full of wood chippy things that are gonna capture it, and it's some kind of bacteria get in there and eat up the methane. So
That's
it'll
right.
be an interesting thing to see. And if you've never been to the landfill, it's really pretty out
It
there.
really
It is.
is, and peaceful, it's
They-
nice, actually.
You have no idea
That's
in the midst
cool.
of all, and I saw like a Baltimore Oriole and it was so go check it out. When they
Will do.
install.
By
it,
the,
whatever-
by the recycle center is the
Yeah,
landfill?
Yeah.
yeah, you just keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, Gardner made their landfill into a really beautiful park, right?
Well, you
Go
don't really
back
want
down
to
to the
trump
river.
on it, because,
Right, well, just,
Ours is next to
yeah,
okay. So did I have a motion for that one?
yes, I thought Randall made that
Did
motion.
Randall make the motion?
Yeah,
Hear
okay.
that.
Okay, I'll
He did
second.
now.
Amanda seconded. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Okay, these two, the next ones, our assessor's office has two people, but right now one is out for a while, so approval for Patty Smith to provide office coverage at the rate of $25 an hour on 2 days, August 18th and August 29th. The assessor is out on vacation, so there will be someone in the office.
So moved.
Thank you. The question was, does that person need to be there full-time or could they be there part-time? At this point, it's 2 days.
I was gonna say it's 2 days. You can do 2 days part-time?
Might not be able to.
No, they should
Okay.
just do 2 days.
Okay,
2 days full-time,
Yeah,
yeah,
2 full days.
as is.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, now, after that, we still have a person out. And so to provide clerical coverage not to exceed 15 hours per week at the rate of $25 an hour through October 25th or until staff returns. And this would be Patty Smith again. So the motion is to authorize approval of this. Do I
And
have a
this is
second?
like part-time.
Yeah,
Yes,
15 hours a week.
15 hours a week.
All right.
Not even.
So
Right.
moved.
Okay, I'll second it. Amanda, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. This is the fun one. Okay, authorization to approve agreement between the town of New Paltz and Close to Nowhere LLC Film Production Company, allowing New Paltz Police Department to provide traffic control and direction at certain specified locations during specified times on August 13th only, from 4 to 8 p.m. only. And this is for 3 officers who will be on overtime, being paid their overtime and benefits pay by this company. And they will be
Okay.
using 3 police cars, which I have completely gotten confirmation that those are not the only police cars we have. I don't know why we have, it would seem like we have 3.
You know, if those police cars are gonna be there with their lights flashing and idling, I am opposed.
I
So-
doubt it.
We have electric, we have hybrid vehicles, right?
I don't know what we have anymore. I don't know which
We
cars they'll be
might.
because the people who are on that shift are using the cars they should be using for that shift. These are cars that are not being used at the time. They will be used for traffic control only, not in the movie, and they will be paid $150 to cover any gas or expenses that they spend. I
So
don't like.
we're gonna have 3 cars idling for,
Don't know if
9
they'll be
hours.
idling. No, for.
Yeah, because they're
4
not on
hours.
duty.
They're
well,
4
if they,
hours.
I mean, do they want the lights and all
They
that?
didn't say that. They're not part of.
They're
the-
just traffic control, so they don't
So they
necessarily.
like close
Okay,
the
so
road
the-
off by putting the car.
They filmed the Netflix thing on
Oh.
Butterville.
Yeah, the-
Severance, yeah.
No, it wasn't
Manifest.
Severance, it was
Manifest.
Manifest, and they had the cops were at Gatehouse and the cherries were on, but they were out directing traffic because people would come up and they
Well,
couldn't
that is
go
what they're gonna be doing.
between. Right.
So it's
So
gonna.
So they
cars-
will be on.
It'll
The
be-
lights are on, but I
The
don't
car's
think.
not idling, you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think the car, I don't think the
The motor
the
doesn't.
motor doesn't need to run in order
they
for the
can
cherries to be
The
on.
lights, those are
Yeah.
all
Runs off the
shared.
battery.
But I don't think they need to even have the lights on. I mean, it's not
I mean,
even
you
an
can
issue.
direct traffic without the
Yeah.
car being on,
Yeah, I mean, they weren't on.
right?
You can.
What side of town is this?
They're all in different,
specified
they're in a
locations.
couple of different places.
Okay.
Yeah.
For 4
No
hours.
idea where, just,
I saw the list. I don't.
And we should notify
think they
the
want-
I mean,
residents.
it's
Well,
not
that-
Main Street, for example.
No,
Yeah.
no, not Main Street.
Well, that was another
That's a good
sort
point
of
of
my background,
notifying.
because we, in order to do that, is there a permit that is submitted to the town
Yes,
in
that's why
order?
we got to this point.
Okay,
They've already
Okay.
submitted the permit. It's already been reviewed by the police department as to what would be required and what they could, could do.
do we
And-
charge them for that application?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And they've got their, oh, here you go.
Well,
Oh, this
that's
is
a
funny.
lot.
No, this is hilarious. There's a dive bar. Guess what they're using? Bacchus.
Oh, I feel bad.
So they are.
That's,
I thought you were gonna say a different one. That is
208.
Main Street. So
But
close
that
to Main
is,
Street.
it's Chestnut Street, but I don't know if
Chestnut
that's the one
208,
that they have
right?
to,
Yeah,
Chestnut
Bach is
208.
Right there.
they've got the names
At
of what
that
it is
awful
in
traffic
their,
light?
in their.
They're gonna-
map.
That's gonna be, and 4 to 8?
They've
Is that a
got
weekday?
That's a rush hour.
13th,
What time?
4
4 to 8 on August 13th.
which is a Wednesday. That's gonna be a nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Tell them to pick another dive bar
I mean,
in Gardner.
yeah,
They
yeah.
are
Everyone's
in,
money.
they are in New
Gardner-
York, they're
Gardner
in,
doesn't-
they're in Kingston,
We're not
they're
getting any
in
of those jobs.
Rosedale,
Police department.
Yeah, we're not
they're in-
profiting from this.
No, I know.
the Lemon Squeeze, they got a.
Lemon squeeze?
That doesn't mean the cars are there, people. This is where they're filming. They're only gonna block off a certain street that I.
They're
don't
only
know
gonna
exactly
block
which
off all of the important streets.
Like, there's one on Springtown.
That's
This is
all.
gonna
Yeah, Lemon Squeeze.
come back. I mean, I can't believe the businesses are,
They don't
They-
know.
well, the businesses do
they-
get paid. They do
Absolutely.
get paid.
They
They've
get
got
paid,
their
people
contact-
come and
Oh,
walk,
businesses
and
that
people
they're-
spend money because they're there watching and they get thirsty. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
They've
I
gotten
used to
permits
live
from
there.
all these other,
I hate it.
all right.
Get a food truck, be sad.
They bring their own.
Did we move and second
No,
this?
we didn't.
We were
Oh.
just discussing it, but we should move and second it first and then discuss it, but I got carried away.
I move that we do it, even though I'm biased, because it's kind of like my industry, so I know what goes into it, so. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Any more discussion? I can tell you this. At the intersection of Huguenot and Mulberry, all residents surrounding the filming location will be notified of production 3 days ahead of time,
Yep,
Which would be when, because I haven't been notified yet.
The
I can't
13th.
wait to hear.
13th, so you'll hear about it on the 10th or 11th.
10th or 11th.
Then, this is
Today's
Kingston, this
7th.
is Kingston, the Lemon Squeeze will be closed during that time.
Yeah, they don't want anybody to come in.
1 full day of 2 parking spaces reserved. They paid them for 2 spaces, 120.
But it's,
People are still gonna park in the other spaces, and the locations guy is gonna have to get
Lemon
people.
Squeeze only has 2 spaces. It's on Main Street.
yeah.
for crying out loud.
know.
They've already-
That little wedge
So,
right
I'm
there.
sorry, what are they gonna block off for Lemon Squeeze? Entire Main Street?
No, it just says they're taking 2 parking. I'm not telling you that they're blocking this off. I'm telling
Okay.
you what's happening because we seemed interested.
Well,
Yeah.
let's-
Too interested, maybe.
Yeah.
I think
let's
if we
move
had
on.
seen this before, we might have.
I didn't look at the
You know
list.
what? You.
Chris?
There's the
I
disc
did
ball,
not.
Chris.
I did not
This
get,
one is in.
no, I kept asking for the locations. They were not attached. It said
I
attached.
didn't see
They
it.
were not attached.
Right.
Right.
So, I mean,
Okay.
I will second this.
Okay, wait, I'll look at the date. I can tell you on the 13th, they're in Gardner. They're at the Trailways bus stop, minimal
Also Main
crew,
Street.
intersection. I think it's the one that's mostly this one is the, Huguenot and Mulberry Street.
I mean,
That's where the 3 officers are gonna be.
that's
What
the
about
only one.
Bacchus?
I was just telling you what
Yeah,
ones
what
they're
about
using.
trailways?
This is the only one that they're saying they're gonna use the officers for.
Great.
Right here, 2 officers
So
control
they're just
traffic.
gonna
on
have
Huguenot.
Locations
So-
people
Yeah,
directing traffic at Bacchus, Lemon Squeeze. I don't envy those kids.
So what
Well,
if,
so the
so
other
I
thing might
can't
just
go
be
that way, I
indoor
have to go
use.
around. Is that what you're?
So
4 and 8.
the parking,
Exteriors.
well, the
just
parking
Mulberry
spot is
will be-
probably for
Mulberry,
the
blocked off, and
crew
Huguenot.
production truck.
Okay,
And they will go in there and they will set up and they
Maybe
will
the
be in there
rest.
for ever.
They're gonna
And
be
then,
Tilson
you
Lake,
know,
okay, well, 4 hours they get.
plus-
yeah.
Oh, well, no,
Well, that's
only for the
the cops,
police.
yeah,
Right,
but-
right, okay,
I
all
mean,
right,
it's like if they wanted to use
So
this
there's
Okay.
courthouse, they would,
4.
all right, I've
Production.
seconded,
Learn about.
2 spots.
With
on
the
Church Street, 2
condition that the police cars
This is in the
not
village.
be idling.
They're not even asking for it on that day. We only agreed to 1 day.
This is for the village, not.
I was upset to see them idling at National Night Out. That one car that sat there was an
They need some
inch.
police for that.
Five.
Apparently, they're not blocking any streets. They just have 2 spots. The municipal law.
No,
So they've sent some kind
So
of.
did you tell them to
invoice for
turn it off?
penalty.
I did not. Because
Barn Antiques, Water Street.
by the time I got to the person I would have
Using
talked to,
driveway.
as I walked past it, I thought I should talk to
They're
somebody.
using
And then,
somebody's.
you know, I was at the thing and I
Residential
forgot about it. It wasn't
2 days
until I
for
went
that.
back to get my
Interesting.
car
Yeah.
that I realized it was still idling.
well,
Well,
I can tell you, when they were doing manifest,
Do we have a
they
motion?
were out of the, yeah, it was
Yeah.
moved and seconded.
Oh, moving
All in
on.
favor?
Yeah.
I,
On the condition that the police cars not be idling.
All in favor?
I,
Thank you. Okay, authorization to transfer Melissa Stiles, account clerk, from the finance department to the building department as the planning and zoning secretary.
so moved.
2464, effective April 1st, to replace Aaron Stewart. Do I have a second?
second,
Thank you. All in favor? Any discussion?
Well,
Who's gonna replace her?
so what happens to, Melissa's position in accounting?
They will be posting it.
Okay,
She's been very kindly, she and finance have worked very nicely to help us
To make
out.
this work. Okay.
And now we need to, and everyone's agreed, she wants to stay, planning board wants her to stay,
Okay.
and.
And
yeah,
we
they need
can't
to get
split her
another
in
person.
half.
Right, they can't, and they need to get a person in there, so it's time to make this all official.
Mhm.
So all in favor?
I,
Okay. Authorization to contact Norman Staffing for a part-time clerk in the building department.
so moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Authorization to advertise for a part-time building inspector 1 certified in the building department.
so moved.
Second,
Second.
that was Essie.
Let's see.
Any discussion? On favor?
I,
Aye.
Authorization to approve Vanderwater and Vanderwater as planning board attorney.
Hmm.
so Ashley Tora has left.
Monday's her last day,
Okay.
and the firm is closing down by the end of August.
Oh, my,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
So moved.
Does she
Second-
recommend them?
Yes, no, actually, she recommends some other ones, but these are the people that also work. They work with our assessors department, but they also do I think it's the, Killer Sopa's planning board, somebody else's planning board nearby. They're
Mhm.
very happy to join us.
Okay.
All in favor?
I,
Okay. Affordable housing discussion, okay, why is this on the list? We looked at the template that the county had provided way back in May, I think, if anyone remembers that May
Mhm.
1st meeting,
Yep.
and said, this is something that we need to be working on.
Yes.
And so the Housing Smart Housing Smart Task Force,
right,
Housing Smart Communities Task Force, I'll get it right.
yeah.
All of the words.
Yeah, they've been working on this, going through and spending a lot of time on it. They've made some modifications. So what we have now, hopefully you have it, is the one that has all those modifications made.
Mm-hmm.
This is the result of hours and hours of comparing the town of Lloyd affordable housing law, the village of New Paltz affordable housing law, and the template that was developed by the senior planner for
County.
affordable housing. And there are some important additions in here. I think last month, several members of the Affordable Housing UAC committee and the task force attended the village meeting to say there's a big omission because there's no way to require landlords to publicly notice if there is a vacancy. And there has been a vacancy at Zero Place of an ADA accessible apartment, which are really hard to find. And so these advocates were saying, we need to get this rented. And Tim said, well, we're not sure that we can because it's going through a conversion.
To condos?
Yeah, but, and so he promised to look into that further. What I could find is that there's no reason you can't, that if a unit has been, set aside as an affordable unit, whether or not the apartment building goes through a condo conversion, that is in perpetuity. That apartment is rented as an affordable apartment.
So it stays affordable.
You mean
but
it stays a rental?
Yeah, if it's a rental,
I don't think.
I
yeah.
don't know that's possible.
I think. it
And
can
who's gonna be
also-
who's gonna be managing it?
And who owns it?
Right.
When
I will find you that
Yeah, I
location.
don't-
I mean,
I didn't address that in
but I don't know
here.
about the rental part.
I don't, well, that's,
'Cause I
For
think that's
example,
I've
what
been-
would happen is if you, using the city as an example, if something goes condo,
yeah,
what essentially happens is they usually permit you to, the owner to rent it for 2 years. And then after 2 years, the owner must take possession of the property
Well,
or sell it.
okay, I don't
But they
think
can't
that's what our
continue,
local-
they can't make it
Right,
perpetually rental.
right. I thought I read that too, that when it's.
They want owners to, you know, it's like, yeah, if you get reassigned somewhere for a couple of years, you can go out. That's how it is, for example, in the co-op that I have in the city right now. I can't
Judy, well,
rent it for longer than 2 years, and then after that, I have to
This
take
says-
possession and I can't rent it
But
again.
a development that includes
And both of the
the
city have different
conversion
rules.
Yeah.
of rental
Yeah, they have different
property
rules.
to condominium property
Yeah.
shall continue
That's too much.
to rent the same number of units approved in the original plan in perpetuity. So if we get challenged, then we get challenged. But what we're trying to do is make sure that there are affordable rentals available in our community.
I think
Not
we all
every,
agree with that part.
right,
but the
it's in
question is,
there.
Is that going to, has that been through an attorney?
No, that's why it's coming to us.
Okay.
That's,
But we're
you know,
not
our,
attorneys.
I think it
we
needs to
are,
go through an attorney.
we're gonna
Because
send
it
it to the
sounds great,
attorney.
but there's gonna be, and it could cause problems for that renter. You're the renter and everyone else owns their unit.
Well, no,
and who-
10% of the units will be rentals.
And so who's gonna own the others? The owner who owns it now? Has to keep it. And
Like,
rent
who's
if
gonna
they
be the
sell
property
it-
manager? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
I mean, we
I don't know
that's
enough
part of the
about
problem.
condo conversion.
Yeah.
This is an affordable housing law. We do talk about, because the town is different than the village.
Mhm.
We talk about if it's going to be lots
Right.
for housing,
Mhm,
Right.
that's in here.
mhm.
We have in
Well,
here
yeah,
that if it,
Zero Place is the village,
Right.
yeah,
so
so
that's.
this is what has been recommended
Mhm.
by the Housing Smart Task Force. Next step is to send it to the attorney
Yes,
or to
okay.
have a public hearing
Great.
and, but this is what they.
Well,
So-
wonderful, great work, I agree, I
Okay.
think it's wonderful,
Yeah.
but we do need to see what the attorney.
Oh,
says.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Has
And-
Kai looked at this?
Kai is gonna come and review this and be at a public meeting at the next Housing Task Force meeting.
Yeah, when is
which
that?
Is, I think it's August 19th, but let me
Okay.
Oh,
look.
well, it will be on the website.
Right.
Um,
So that would be really good to get his input on that, and then if there's modifications that need to be made to it
Absolutely.
from his standpoint, that would be great, because
Then the attorney,
I'm not sure which.
Or
attorney would
simultaneous?
give it. Yeah, I would say simultaneous.
I mean,
Uh,
if it's our law, it needs to go to our attorney, it
Yeah.
needs to go to
And
Moriarty.
my only thing about it is that I don't necessarily think it speaks enough. I mean, it talks about, you know, it's like rental units and this, that, and the other, and I, you know, I think it's important that people have the ability to own their property.
Yes,
And I also,
Absolutely.
but
at affordable rates.
but
It does talk
But we
about,
also need to think about, we can't just go around using, what is it, AMI, we can't just use AMI because we also need to be thinking about and factoring in how people we want to own their homes can go about securing the financing in order to do that. And if we don't have that as part of the conversation,
You mean market rate?
regardless of what it is,
Well,
people need to be able
But
to.
this is just an affordable housing, right? This is for people who do need that extra help. So I'm not understanding.
So
what you're looking
my
for.
question, if it's affordable housing and people who need extra help, where are they getting this extra help from? Are they going to be getting it as a subsidy from the federal government's HUD program? When I think about affordable housing, I think about making housing available for people to enjoy the benefits of ownership.
Agreed.
And
That's in here. We want
I
people.
understand that.
The hope is that by giving people that start, letting them start renting at an affordable rate, they will get on their feet in those 2 years and will then be able to move into either a market rate apartment or to buy into a condo. But the first obstacle is that working people can't afford that first entrance into the housing market. So all of this does allow for condos and ownership. We want people to get to that next step.
I understand that.
Okay.
I don't disagree with what the purpose is. What I'm trying to say is that we also should be thinking about ways in which we can talk about, the, what is it, AMI?
Mhm.
We can talk about the AMI, but we also need to be talking about and working with people who need affordable housing. We need to talk to them about ways and work with banks and so on and so forth, so that they can not only be in a place that's affordable right now, but begin to set the path for putting money away so they can have a down payment.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're.
Fixing the credit so that they can,
Yes.
apply for a loan, so that they begin to
Yeah.
think, to position themselves so that when the bank looks at their finances, they're saying, you're spending way too much in housing, we
Mhm.
can't lend you the money. So we can't just
That
think
makes
about
100%
putting them in a place.
Yeah.
We need to also think about all the steps that need to happen in order to help them get into that place and move into another place. And if we just,
yeah, but Randall, I'm not sure the town board can do all that finance stuff. or
right, but
we
it
have to
should
get
be
this-
part of the conversation.
Okay.
No, I
We
agree
gotta
with you. And
start with
Revco
this.
has a program like
Yeah.
that where you are a renter, but the point is in your renting, some of that money goes to a housing fund where you are building enough money to
Right.
have a down payment.
And is that in this?
Learning about home
No, 'cause
ownership.
this is just setting up that we.
So, but that's what he's saying.
But
We need
these
to
are the
start thinking a little
conversations
bit more
that need to
ahead.
be
It's the
had
next
in
part.
this,
You know
with
what else
these
is
people.
zoning? There's a whole lot of more stuff to it. This
But
is
there's
the
things that
start.
we can do. So I agree with Randall that maybe, yes, obviously, we get Kai to look at this again, we get an attorney to look at it again. And in the meantime, we can also think about what other steps we might be able to take to put in our own law to make it a step ahead as well.
Right.
If it's possible, why not look into it?
So
I just don't want our focus to be, we're building all this affordable housing. And
That people just
people
get
are,
stuck in
it's
renting.
temporary and they're stuck because, okay, we're in this place and, oh, well, goodness.
yeah, but I think that's something, it's an important component. I absolutely agree with you. I don't know how the town can.
I'm not saying the
I
town,
know,
but the
but
people who are
that's-
sitting around this table, who are putting this plan together, they should be thinking
They-
about
right.
Oh, so
this.
you want housing smart community task force to be thinking about that.
Right.
Correct.
They've done really good to
Yeah.
get this.
Oh,
This is great.
absolutely.
And then there's gonna be
Absolutely.
lots more to go. They're not just done and go away.
Absolutely.
There's lots
If you
more
go
to
to
do.
the County Housing Smart Task Force page, you will see all of the next steps
Yes.
that are available, including free technical advice for getting the zoning done.
Mhm.
So, the county is serious about this.
And we're serious about it.
We are.
So I think this is really great that we're at this point.
Yes.
So our next steps need to be, one, the meeting on the 16th, what was it? The meeting on the
I think it's the
19th?
13th.
Wait, I wrote down 19, whatever.
I think I
didn't
said
even write down
19th,
the
and then I looked at Housing Smart
I wrote
Task
it without
Force
the date.
is, Wednesday, August 13th,
Okay, great.
just in time for the filming at Lemon Squeeze.
We won't
Well,
go
let's
there.
not go down that
Okay,
rabbit
so
hole.
that's
If
really
we could get
good.
to the meeting then.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this question. Would we, based on that, Rosanna's gonna kill me. Our next meeting on August 21st, would we be ready to have whatever modifications received for a public hearing or not?
I'm going with no.
Well, based on tonight, what I would like to do is tell the task force to send this to Kai
Mhm.
for
So
review.
he's be ready on the
But if
13th.
you guys want to add stuff to it,
I don't think we want to add
I
anything
mean,
to
we've
this.
already added
Yeah.
stuff to
Yeah.
the
No.
template.
Right.
And the other thing is, until we use it, we won't know
That's
which parts
true.
work and which, so
That's
it's gonna
true.
get modified or tweaked, yeah.
Yeah.
So to me, the biggest thing is that it does require an affordable housing board, and that will
Well,
have to be
we
at some
have,
point.
we have, talked about, if you look through, if you search
Yeah.
this document for the word designated,
Yeah.
because one of the real, problems is having a housing advisory, personnel, employee. And we have, 20 towns and 3 villages, and
Mhm.
each one of them is supposed to hire its own individual
We can't hire
person.
anybody.
We cannot. So our proposal is going to be that there's a county task force, and then there's another county thing for housing, Fontantillo and a couple of other people on it. We're gonna recommend, because how many of these are we really gonna see in a year? You know, we're gonna recommend that the county appoint somebody to act as a county-wide housing
Don't they have
task
one?
force.
Don't they have a housing
Not-
person?
You mean it's
Yeah,
Kai,
there's-
it's Kai?
There's also a housing and homelessness director.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we do not want each town to have to hire a housing administrator.
No, we don't want to do that either. So
And
that's just
so we
something
have
we can
changed
continue
that
to work on.
terminology.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that.
And my only thing is I don't want us to be so myopic in thinking about affordable housing. I want us to think about the people. And, I think there's something to be said for owning your home, and as crappy as paying taxes are, there's a
You build
feeling
equity
that
and
you
ownership
get,
and-
and the equity, and you don't get that when you rent.
And it's more than just a feeling. That's how you build wealth in America.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
And
And
it's not
so,
been afforded to everyone.
right,
for
and
his
so
full-
I want us
That's
to,
in here.
I want it to be more opportunity, not just to be in a place that they can afford, but
So this is
to
just
go to the
one
next
step
step.
he's saying that we need more
Right.
steps.
So
Yeah.
this is our
We're-
This
first
is step
step.
1.
So,
okay,
okay,
I
so
vote yeah.
Wait.
So-
we haven't made a motion yet.
Yeah,
Just a question for you. You brought it to the place and you talked about the affordable unit in there.
yeah,
And what happens to it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Now, if they're converting to condo, then they have a prospectus that's been approved by the state.
Yeah.
And that prospectus should have, they
Plan.
actually
Every
refer
unit.
to every unit
Every
they
unit.
account for. And so that information should be in the prospectus.
Yep, every unit and what shares
Well,
it has.
that's what the village said they
And
were
what's
going to
about this?
review. It's just not clear. I read one thing that said, when an affordable housing apartment complex converts to condominiums, one decision by the controller said, the original, designated affordable rental units can stay as rental units. But the,
Interesting.
the village is gonna figure this out, right?
Right.
So,
They're way ahead of us
It's
on
not
this.
ours, yeah.
right.
Right.
Where's Leona Helmsley when you need?
Mean. Okay, so what I'd like to know is,
Right.
can we set a public hearing then for September 4th? I think that would be our next meeting after, August 21st is maybe too soon,
Yeah.
but I would like to keep this moving. I do
Yeah,
know
why not?
West
A
Lane.
public hearing is where we're gonna get the feedback that
Yeah.
we need to
Yes.
make it a better law.
My, my question about it being September 4th, it's perhaps
Too close?
Labor Day and people's kids going back to school, and it's gonna be a busy.
I tell you what,
So
if
we
we
should
keep
do it
pushing
in
this
August?
off, yeah,
Then
we
do
can
it
do
in
it on the
August date.
21st.
Yeah, why not?
Hmm?
Okay, August 21st.
Yikes.
Yeah,
It's
if
a
you-
public hearing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for public hearing.
Well,
Let me ask Rosanna.
Very
can-
soon too.
I mean,
has
if it-
Joe
I mean,
reviewed this?
I was
by
gonna
then?
think later, but if you wanna do it the
Can it just be
21st,
the
it's
next
fine.
one in September?
But I mean, that should be the only thing on the agenda, if it's gonna be a,
Since May.
I get it. But we want to do it right too. so.
Well,
Right.
it's gonna be as right as it can be, but it's not gonna be.
Yeah, but the thing is, that this
Because
is,
we don't want Joe to be rushed in looking at it either.
right,
We don't-
right. It's just a
I mean, can it
legality.
be done like this, the
I mean,
second
it's
meeting
more
in
land
September?
use.
Yeah, second
It's
meeting.
more planning board.
No, it's not.
Can we do it the
Planning board's
second
okay.
meeting in September? Is that too, I mean, we're
So the
moving on
18th
it at
instead of the
least.
4th.
I mean,
Yeah, I think it's still close.
I,
Does it need to go to the planning board first?
No,
no,
Okay,
I mean, they can give us any opinion they want to, but we don't have to.
actually,
and we can talk it up.
Adele is on the affordable house, so she
She has
knows
a
what
lot
we're
to
doing
think
here.
about this. Okay.
I
Um,
move that we have the hearing on September 18th,
Second,
I would rather do it,
August 21st.
there's a motion on
We
the
already made
floor.
motion.
We can
Okay.
discuss it.
friendly amendment. I'd rather do it on the 4th. Because
Close
we're
to
gonna
fourth.
have to continue it. It's never gonna, I mean, it's not
Okay.
gonna, is that okay?
I don't mind it being on the 4th. I do agree with Randall as having a young person just starting school. It is a really busy time for people. So expecting them to come to a town board meeting to make a public comment that
We
as you
can
see
keep the
people,
Public hearing open if. we
people
need to.
think about
Yeah.
doing, it's a hard
They're not
time for
gonna
people.
write in,
Definitely not gonna be closed that night. I
And
mean,
we're not gonna have them on Zoom.
and they're not gonna write in.
yeah.
They don't.
And they're not-
Right in, we can keep the public here, we're not like.
So we're
that
gonna have it
other-
open on the 4th and the 18th? We
could.
ended on the
We can
18th.
see.
Oh, it could go on for a while.
Continue
I
it,
mean,
yeah.
If we're just
We could do
opening
it for the month of September if
then
we want.
fine.
right.
Okay,
But not the whole session. Someone suggested that.
Yeah, we need to,
Wait,
Well, when you have a
Someone-
public hearing, you
You could dedicate
designate.
a whole session, or meeting time to it. I don't think that's.
No, no,
We've
no,
never
no,
done
no.
that.
The
That's not-
public hearing will
this
be
is a public
scheduled for
hearing.
7,
Yeah.
and then our town board meeting will start at 7:30.
something like that,
Okay.
yeah.
or we can start it at 6:30.
Remember, a public hearing is not a back and forth. We hear what everybody has to say. It's part of the public record.
Yeah.
Then when we make our work of getting back to say, how much, what did we hear that's so, like, wow, why didn't we think of that? We need to put this in.
Right.
Oh my gosh, people hate that part. Then we make our decision about how to modify the
Right.
thing. Yeah, it's not a workshop. It's a public hearing. All right. So it's September 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Did we vote?
No, my motion was the 18th, so I,
Well, you can friendly amend.
amend the
you
motion
can
to
amend
the
it.
4th.
All right, second, yeah, whatever works.
Any more discussion?
No,
On favor?
Hey,
Rosanna,
definitely aye.
we got,
Oh,
we've got.
it's just the open, I think
Right?
It's too soon.
It's just the fact that
Say that again?
Do you have, we have time to post it for a public hearing on September 4th, right?
you two shouldn't sit together.
We do, we just need a public hearing notice.
Okay, we will have to have one. Okay, and we need the actual document. When does it have to be posted, Rosanna?
Well, technically, you would need a draft law before you even schedule a public hearing.
Here
We
go.
have a draft law, but we're still working on it.
This is the draft law.
Yeah, we have it.
We have it, it's just not final. Draft.
And then the other guy needs to look at it.
Wait. Rosanna's helping us here.
Then that
So
should
we-
be,
Okay, very good. She said we're okay.
Okay,
We have to have so
good.
many days it has to be posted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rosanna. All right, so we voted on, did we vote on it?
Yeah,
Did
sort of,
we?
kind of,
I'm
but
losing
yeah.
track.
I made a motion, he seconded.
All in favor, aye.
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 All right, We've got the liaison reports that everybody can read. What we need for the liaison reports is not so much just what they did, because their minutes are there. What did they do or what do they need the town board to do or think about or help them with? What about that meeting is the town board need to know they're gonna do something that we need to be aware of, or we need to be thinking about for a budget thing or whatever?
Okay,
It's, what's the impact or the need?
I have an update
Okay.
Yes.
from Tuesday night's Climate Smart Task Force meeting, which is they would like the town to budget to remove the community center from propane and to be in compliance with the CLCPA to make it an all-electric building.
Which building?
The community center.
Okay, that's
Because
great.
they have a gas stove that nobody's allowed to use, and so that is something that the Climate Smart Task Force has requested, is that we at least get a study done, get an estimate of what it would cost to be in compliance with CLCPA.
Well, I
So-
suggest we
we
talk
will put in
to
heat
buildings
pumps
and
then?
ground
Yeah.
people about it.
Who?
We talked to buildings and ground people, Chris and his crew about it.
Well,
About-
they don't spend the money. We would have to, you know.
Right, but
It's
he,
gonna be a budget item, I
Yeah.
mean, and there are,
Getting an electric stove
And
Yeah.
also the heat.
and the heat.
That's what they have.
How old
big-
is it,
Oh,
the
God.
heating
Well,
system?
The heat at
Is
the
it
community
ready
center.
The heat
I
pumps,
convert,
heat and
that's what we
AC.
should be.
I mean, but the smart way to do it is wait until it dies before we get a new one, not
Well,
just
the other
get a new
smart
one.
way to do it is don't just put a high-techy thing in there with an old leaky building.
Just fix the air.
Yeah,
Ugh,
they did.
It's what?
They
We just fixed the
fixed
air
AC.
conditioning.
yeah,
But you know, the
Was
windows,
sweltering.
I mean, the insulation, the whole, it's an old building. It wasn't built up to like green cover.
20 years old? That's.
Is that it?
Wasn't really built for the northeast.
Right.
That's a modular, isn't it?
Yeah,
It wasn't built for the northeast?
The lines up in the ceiling, that's why they freeze it.
But we're a new climate zone, so we're tropical now.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, it was built for South
So
Carolina.
I feel like it works now. Fits.
Okay, very good. So thank you for that. And I move we go into executive session for purpose of discussing some pending litigation and work history of particular persons. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, on favor?
Alright.
We shall return. Okay, I make a motion,
Okay.
we come out of executive session.
So moved,
Second.
second,
On favor?
Aye.
Okay, we're taking the following actions. The board is appointing Joshua Wolf to the planning board for the unexpired term that ends December 26th. The board is appointing Robert Cohen to the planning board for the unexpired term that ends December 2025. The board appoints Dennis Young to the ethics board for the term that ends on December 2025. The board appoints Rebecca Steinmeier to the Recreation Committee for a 4-year term.
question.
Yes, sir.
The first one,
Mhm.
his term goes to December 2026.
Yes. Josh Wolf.
Joshua,
Wolf.
December, yeah, all I heard was 26.
I said
Right?
26, but I said December 26th, not the 26th of December, December 31st of 2026.
There you
Good
go.
catch.
That's what I wanted to be clear.
Okay. All right,
Mm-hmm.
that's what we did in there.
Mhm.
Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
So moved.
All in favor?
Uh,
To be seconded, doesn't matter.
Oh,
And votes.